This is the biggest LEGO City set ever released. Starting off with the minifigures then, as you can see, you've got a nice wide selection of different characters and different roles they can play. You've got a mascot for the comic store, general kind of groundskeeper there. That guy works for the noodle shop, the tech store employee, the barber, the vet, and then you've got a customer, or potentially he's the store owner for the comic book shop, and there's a little kid, another kid. This lady here with the blonde hair is supposed to work on the little mobile smoothie machine vehicle. Then you got the chef for the pizza stand, the woman who works for the hotel, a street performer, and a guest for the hotel. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this minifigure selection, actually. It's nice that you get so many, and there's different torsos and things, not many reuses of anything, really. Different faces, different hair pieces, different colours. It's good. And of course, you can just mix and match your minifigures however you like. This is just how they're suggested by the instructions, but although this guy is pretty cool, he's the mascot for this character from this video game billboard. And if you don't want him to wear the dinosaur head, he does have a spare hairpiece, but then you can still see the green from the rest of the mask, so maybe, you know, like he has to wear an underlayer for the costume and then put the helmet piece on, otherwise it looks a little bit weird. He does have an alternate face where the head print is actually the inside of the dinosaur's mouth, so it could be a complete alien monster if you wanted to. But he's not the only one with an alternate face, because all of these figures also have alternate faces, and here they are, mostly with female characters, but the barber does have a little shocked, like, oh god, what have I done face? So maybe he's cut someone's hair too short. I know I always hate that as a customer. There you go. So you've got the woman who checks into the hotel. Maybe her room's not ready. Or the pizza chef. Well, she doesn't look too indifferent. And the busker looks quite happy. And then this minifigure face for the hotel receptionist. I can't tell if it's a kind of... like it's a smile, but I feel like there's a darker meaning behind that smile. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. And then the kid looks pretty shocked as well. With the minifigures out of the way, then the only major vehicle in the set is this little tuk-tuk inspired vehicle, which is like a mobile smoothie shop, so they can make some smoothies on there. There's one already made, and they can just drive off and be done with the business. There's also a little e-scooter included. We all love e-scooters, right? Every city has them these days. And there's a helmet as well, so a character can be wearing that. As impressive and maybe cluttered this build is altogether, the easiest way for me to show you individual details is to take it apart and show you module by module. So we'll start off with the pizza shop. And by showing you the set this way, it also allows you to see the kind of modular sections that each of these parts come in, so you can mix and match and rearrange. For the most part, the pizza shop is this, with the little seating area outside. I tell you what, my shadow is getting really annoying for me, so if it is for you, sorry. Outside then, you just got a little seating area, 2 seats and part of the bike lane, and then how it connects to the street with a couple of drains. And then for the little pizza store, it's kind of like a little permanent like kiosk thing, I would say, with a little planter box which you can also remove if you wanted to. Nice little 3D sign with a pizza slice there above the awning, where you got some condiments and a pizza ready to be served. And then around the side you can kind of see the whole process of the pizza being made, with the dough in the mixing bowl then being flattened out, and then you've got a pizza oven in there and the paddle to put the pizza in. And there's enough room for a couple of minifigures in there, but you do only get one chef. And you can remove the roof to see a stack of pizza boxes on top of the oven. The roof itself is pretty nice, pretty basic. It's basically just a flat roof with this billboard on display advertising for a coming soon. I guess it's like a comic book or a video game, because it's also teased in there. Just a nice miniature billboard on this 4x8 inverted tile. That is a sticker, so be careful if you're trying to line that up. Too bad it wasn't a print. But yeah, nice little billboard. Moving on to the next little assembly section, you do have this. Well, it's essentially a road plate. Obviously, it's not completely a road plate. You do build it up, but it's like the road's been closed off. So maybe this used to be a road and now it's just pedestrian access only. Or it could be like a part-time road, you know. You can open up when the store's not here all the days, and then you can just remove the bollards, which is a simple build using a microphone piece, but it's quite nice and effective how that works. So, you know, you could remove these if you wanted to, and you've got some just street lights with decorative, you know, lights going on. So this could all be like a temporary feature, and then maybe this is also part of your main street. And then you've got one of the street lamps here, and you've only got half a street lamp here. I don't really know what's going on here. Maybe because it feels like they're a bit too close together for another street lamp to be here. But I wish, you know, given how you can rearrange things, that they gave you the parts to finish this one off completely. It's like 4 extra pieces. You could have just thrown that in there, so you'd have an extra street lamp for your city. But this is just basically a bit of open area with this tiny little noodle stand, which, you know, you can also remove separately. So this... oh, I'm chucking things around now. And whatever just fell out has disappeared down the back of the table. But here's a little noodle stand, a couple of stickers here and here. Yeah, it gets the point across. I think it's as big as it needs to be, really. You can have someone standing behind you, making up the noodles, and then, yeah, you can serve them up. Walking over to the other side of the street, and here you have this nice little green space with a cool little tree. You know, Lego City trees, or Lego trees in general, rarely have enough leaves on them, but I think this is kind of okay. That's one of those street lamps for you. And then, again, it's all modular, you know. Things that are meant to be taken apart. This little planter box with flowers on it, that's meant to come off. Even this, you might not think, oh, was that meant to? Yeah, the instructions tell you, you know, you can rearrange things. That's kind of good, like this tree. That's designed to, you're essentially designed to take this, especially this bit in particular, apart as much as you like. It comes in 3 different sections, you know, and then on the other side of it, it's just a representation of it's on a waterfront maybe. So you can have this, you can do that. That's totally okay. This sure doesn't look like much, but you know, you can rearrange and put things on there. And of course, it wouldn't be a city set these days if it didn't come with some sort of road plates in it. As you can see, it's a road plate. If you've seen these before, then you know exactly what to expect. They can come off. You can rearrange it. That's the idea of it. And this set does come with enough extra tiles, so you can take off the ramps from all of the areas where there are ramps, swap them in for extra 2x4 dark grey tiles, and connect it to your larger Lego city using the road plate system. So that's good they included that. And here we have another kind of plate-built crossing, not using a standard road plate piece, which they could have done, because they have a crossing one, but instead, you know, it's got some colour in there. Nice, some street art, maybe. It kind of, it, you know, brightens it up a little bit more, instead of just being typical grey. That's pretty nice. Although one thing I don't like is, for the most part, the kind of sidewalk pavement to this medium nougat, you know, plates, I don't really know. Like, it looks unfinished to me. Like, have they not finished putting down the paving slabs yet? What's going on with that, Lego? Because to me, that represents like dirt, almost like sand or something. But maybe it's just the colour of the sidewalks here, which I'm guessing it's what it's supposed to be. But a bit of a strange choice to me. Like, if it was light grey, that would have been more, I would say, acceptable to me, because it just blends in a bit more seamlessly. But now we're left with the main structures, the big buildings, and this is where things look all a bit higgledy-piggledy to me. Like, what's going on with this? I think the most traditional thing here is definitely the barbershop and the vet's office. Like, their oldest building out of this little city block, and everything else has been modernised and built on top of it. Kind of gives me Ninjago City vibes, just in Cities version, given all the bright colours and the random things going on here. So this might seem a bit backwards, but considering how I have to take each module off to show you what's going in it, we're going to start from top and work our way to the bottom. So if I take off the first one, here you can see this nice little rooftop disco going on. Pretty cool. And if you have the apartment building set, this is a very similar design style to that, so they're easily compatible. And you've got the brick-built speakers, instead of using like the sticker printed tiles or anything, the DJ deck there. So simple, but I think it works so well. And these transparent jumpers 2x2 in the orange and blue, nice. I like seeing transparent parts like that. Just, you know, the lit up dance floor. Too bad it doesn't go all the way across, or, you know, there's nothing really going on here, like a table to put a drink on or something. But yeah, that's a good use of space instead of just leaving it empty and flat. And then on the other side, completely out of frame from the camera, you've got 2 little modules, being the solar panel one, pretty basic. And then this kind of little wind turbine one, so I guess this building is running on renewable energy. And then over this side, we have what is supposed to be the only room in the hotel that's advertised. But you got a nice little bed with a stand and a lamp on it. And then you got your bathroom with your toilet and your shower and a sink, with a nice kind of chrome mirrored sticker in there, which you can just about make out. And there's a towel hanging on the wall. And then you've got a door which leads out to the balcony, which is just here. And here you've got a nice little sun lounger with a drink on the side, the same drink that's being made and sold by the little smoothie maker. And a nice little palm tree as well. It's quite fancy. I like it. Next we have one of my favourite things about this. I think it's just kind of funny, honestly. With this kind of very modern, futuristic looking build here. Inside it, oh, of course, on top there's a nice little rooftop garden there. But inside, someone is filming an unboxing video with their phone, and their ring light is all set up. Sat down at the white desk, very familiar, and they're doing an unboxing video. It's not something you'd expect Lego to do, but it's cool that it's in there. And then moving across back to this side, we have the hotel reception. So a nice hotel sign out there. It does have that kind of futuristic, modern vibes to it. If I was building this, well, I wouldn't build this, because this is, I don't know, it's not something I would think of. I go for the more traditional route, but I like the colour scheme here. It looks fresh. And then inside you've got some advertisements for some local businesses, for example, the pizza shop, and then the winter sport, which ties into another Lego City set from this range. Here you've got the little check-in desk, and then there's just a computer for that. But it's a bit open space. Like, they could have put maybe a couple of chairs and a potted plant as a little waiting area, maybe, because there isn't much else going on in this hotel lobby. And then we have the big thing, the sky bridge, which is built into these 2 little, well, yeah, these two rooms, which don't have too much going on. They're literally just ramps so you can access the sky bridge. So it feels like a bit like wasted space, and I would have preferred if they were separate modules and that was a separate thing. I feel like that would have been more usable personally, because otherwise, yeah, there's literally nothing going on in here. But you can open it up on both sides if you want to put minifigures in there. That's pretty cool. And they didn't even bother to finish tiling it off this side like they did here. Yeah, I mean, the brick built Lego brick there is pretty cool, but otherwise it's a bit of a miss, bit of a waste if you ask me. So if we hop back over to this side, we have again, the more traditional style of building, probably one of the older ones here, with the vet's office sticker on there. I like the colour scheme with the dark orange, the tan, looks quite good. And then inside, you've just got a little parrot on the perch there, table, and a dog that's getting a checkup, the little food bowl, and the light. But not much else. Again, a bit of an empty space. Like, sure, you need space to fit minifigures in. But yeah, I'm not sure what else would go in here, but I feel like you could have put something. Or even something on the wall here, maybe like a X-ray chart or something, just to give it a bit more. And then below that, of course, you do have the barbershop, which can kind of detach. Again, you know, you're just left with this, which is empty, but it's just open space for you to do whatever you like with. And you have here the barbershop with 2 stickers on the window, and then a nicely built up barbershop thing. Do they have a proper name? I'm sure they do, but I like those things. I want one just to have. So they're pretty cool. And then inside is just one chair, which is a bit of a shame, but small space, I guess. Another one of those mirrored stickers with some products there, the spray, scissors, and a brush. And then you've got a wig on a stand here. But it's just, well, I'm kind of glad that fell out, actually, because if this was a minifigure headpiece, then the hair piece would sit on it better and wouldn't fall off. But as you can see, it's just one of those Technic ball elements which sits on there fine, connects to this. This looks good, but yeah, that hair is going to fall off and get lost. So you probably want to swap that out for a white minifigure head if you got one. Not really sure why the designer didn't go for that, honestly. And I know this is only a LEGO City set, but I'd have liked to have seen a bit more of a complicated build for the barber's chair because, you know, I think they're kind of special, a barber's chair. So having just a regular chair almost on the floor is a bit basic. But it is only LEGO City, I guess. And we're nearly there. We're working our way through it. So you've got the other bit of road, which you can snap that off. That's cool. And then another bit of sidewalk with these supports, which are holding up this. Although, you know how LEGO works, it doesn't actually need to be supported. But it's just a nice little build, I guess. Whack that on there. And we're left with 3 more modules. This one is the smallest one, and I'm not really sure if it's supposed to be like a little hardware store or just a maintenance shed, because there's a couple of tools, but there's no like checkout or anything. So I think it's just supposed to be a maintenance shed. This is a tech store for mobile phones and tablets. I mean, you have to imagine there's more to the buildings, of course, and access how to get up to all these different things. But, you know, very modern. I like the windows and the whole slanted angle they went for. Again, more greenery, so it's not all concrete, you know, buildings taking over, with 3 different phones and 1 tablet on there as well. And then lastly, you're left with the City comics, which, yeah, there's 1 comic. That's it. Outside here, nice little poster on the wall. And then inside, you got a little model representation of a classic Ninjago set, that helmet from the character on the billboard, some Ninjago trading cards, a statue, another trading card, like a little gauntlet glove there. Don't think it's supposed to be the Infinity Gauntlet because it's the wrong colour, but that's in there. But that's it. You know, a little card reader machine. Not enough comics. Like, they didn't even have to use more of these. If it was just like a brick-built kind of shelf with tiles and plates to represent comics, that would have been better. At least it's something. But there we go. That's a quick look at all the different structures. As you can see, the desk is looking pretty messy now as I've taken everything apart. But let's rearrange it and see how many different modules there really are in this set. So I've laid everything out, all the individual models and individual mini builds which are designed to be taken off so you can rearrange things, and you're left with quite a lot actually. And this is kind of the main reason why I wanted to get this set, because I didn't care how it looks in the default form. I liked what you got here so you can recreate things and do it your own way. Like, of course, if you've got more road plates, you can add it on, obviously. But even if you don't want to use these flat tiles as sidewalks or pavements or green areas or whatever, it's just good to have in your parts inventory, you know, big plates like that, that's useful. You've got the different roof elements here, some of the smaller 8x8 builds, obviously the sky bridge there, then the 8x16 ones, because that's how this system worked, and it's in a few other LEGO City sets with the apartment building and the family home, for example, where you can just mix and match these. So let's see what combination I can come up with that's different to the original set. This is one different combination that I just came up with, and honestly I spent longer on it than I probably should have, but I was just thinking, oh, what if I could do this? Oh wait, maybe if I put that there, and it was just giving me a bunch of different ideas. So now it's a double corner essentially. So you got the street front out here. Obviously still got the road, and then it's a suggestion that there's some water on the other side. So it's like on a beachfront maybe. And then we've got the more traditional buildings all grouped together with the colour scheme. I thought that worked quite well. Obviously the outside paving isn't ideal, but I think the building layout, you know, if you're going for this modular redoing things, then it kind of works. And you've got the hotel on the corner on this slide, and there's the little walk space with the noodle shop next to the pizza shop. Maybe they've got some competition or something. I think, yeah, this kind of works for me. And it did leave me with a few things left over, so that's good. You can just add these elsewhere to your city if you went for a combination like this. But there's so many different things you can do, and like I said, if you combine them with the other sets, wow, you could probably come up with some pretty cool things, which I will be doing in a whole separate video coming soon, so stay subscribed for that. Thank you very much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out the other videos on this channel or on one of my other channels as well. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share with your friends.